Woodstock traffic, Micah Kamak, departing runway 13, left-hand departure, climbing 1500, Woodstock. Well, hi. I don't know if the camera translates it very well or not, but it's a little bit choppy out right now. We got a something coming through. We got some snow showers just went through. You can kind of see them ahead of me. And then when I turn, you'll see some more coming up behind me, I think. I don't know if they're visible yet, but the radar says that they're coming. Not really a long flight or anything too super exciting, just a little bit. Just wanted to get out, fly around a little bit while I had good weather to do it. It's not ideal weather, but it's okay. Problem is, I think there's some really bad weather coming up, so I want to get some videos sort of in the can so that you guys don't have to suffer through flight sim videos whenever I run out of actual flying footage. So I'm not entirely certain what it is we're going to do today. We might just go kind of fly low through some fields and just kind of have some fun. I can't really get up too high because of the cloud cover, and I can't really go too far because of the snow, so it's just going to kind of be what it's going to be, I guess. So the weather is coming from that direction, so I think I'm going to fly out sort of that way. That way when the weather gets to me, I can retreat back to the airport. I don't think it makes any sense to go away from the weather, and then it could encroach upon the airport before I get back. So I think I'm going to head this way. I think maybe I'll turn radar or weather on here. So if I do radar, and then if I pull out, aha, see, there we go. Now I can play that. Excellent. Like get an idea of how long it's going to be till the snow gets here. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's moving along at a fairly good clip, and this is the direction it's coming from, so I'm going to go that way, and we'll see just how bad it is. So out this way we have Dave's. Dave's is just there. And then we have the Meduxnikeg River, which is a fun river to fly along. Maybe we'll go down, fly down along the river or something. That would be cool. It's sparsely populated, so I don't have to worry about getting too close to anybody. There's no power lines that cross it either. I've scouted it out several times. Whew, a little bit of bumpy there. So there's Dave's down there. I landed there yesterday. We've only got like 2 inches of snow, so it was no trouble. Well, I mean, I can fly around up here and like go look for the weather or whatever, or I can like drop down and fly down through some of these fields because they're really fun to fly through. I've been through these fields lots of times in the Beaver. I don't think I've done it in the Zenith yet, so this will be a first time for that. But like all the way through here, there's a bunch of tree lines, which makes it really fun to kind of hop up and over the trees. But just flying around straight and level is, how you say, boring. So let's go down and have a little fun. So we do have a bit of wind, so I need to be aware of that. I'll have a little bit of turbulence down treetop level. Won't be too bad, but there will be some. So we just need to be aware of that. I'm going to come down the right side of this so that I make sure I get through this gap down here, give myself a nice wide turn. Oh yeah, all kinds of room. Look at that. Right through there like this, and if I keep coming right around, if I do it right, there we go. A little off coordinated there. That's okay, it worked out. I'll come right around right through here. That happens a lot faster in the Zenith than it does in the Beaver. In the Beaver, it's almost like a leisurely little Sunday stroll. In the Zenith, it's like, you better turn now or you're going to hit a tree. Ha! That was kind of fun. These fields are a lot smaller than I remembered them, and I think that's just because the Zenith is that much faster than the Beaver. Everything happens so much quicker. That's a word. Look it up. I know there's another field just over... Whoop! Haha! There goes my headset. Alright, there we go. I can hear myself again. The noise canceling canceled on my headset. The battery died. It gave me a battery low warning when I started up. I thought that when it gave you a battery low warning, it gave you 2 hours. Apparently it's about 30 minutes. So you guys shouldn't hear any difference, but I will, because I don't have noise canceling. Oh, there, noise canceling kicked back on. So that's going to kick out and in. That's going to be fun. Maybe I'll... Yeah. I'm just going to turn that off. That way it doesn't kick on and off. It'll just always be off, and I'll be used to it, and you'll be able to hear me all along. Oh, I see where we are. See, the snow changes the landscape more significantly than you think. I didn't really realize where I was for a second, but now I do. That's the lake. That's Lakeville Lake there. And Lakeville Lake isn't actually called Lakeville Lake. The town on Lakeville Lake is called Lakeville, but the lake itself is called Williamstown Lake. So I don't know why Lakeville is on the shore of Williamstown Lake. You'd think that the town would be called Williamstown, but whatever. I wasn't around when they named it, I guess, so they didn't ask me. But these fields through here are kind of fun. So I think I will drop down over through here. Sort of through this gap. Straight along through here, I think. Oh yeah, this will be cool. And then fly down the length of the field. See how you can still see all the old crop sticking through? Gives you a good idea of exactly where the snow is. If you didn't have that, everything would just be like a plain flat white. You wouldn't be able to tell how high you were off the snow. Very easy to fly into it then. Oh, I should have not gone up so high, because I could have just gone like this, dropped right back down and gone into this field, like I'm doing. Oh, that's kind of fun. I bet ya, if I come down through here, I could kind of go up and around to my left in a 270 maneuver and go through the field that's kind of behind me now. It's not very big, but we can do it anyway. We'll kind of kitty corner it. Kind of like that. That's kind of fun. Little roadway there. And that's part of the lake, so let's not land on that. Woo! Bumpy, bumpy. Oh, I know this field. I'm getting further and further away from the airport. Probably not the smartest move. I see the weather coming in on the... Oh, there's a barn there. Oh, and a house, so I guess I can't go through that one. Oh, that's okay. I think I'm going to fly out to my left and find the Meduxnikeg River and fly that back into town. That'll be fun. The U.S. border is just over here, so why don't we go check that out, do a little border patrol. ForeFlight says I'm at the border, but I don't see it yet. That's the, you're like, well, you can't see the border outside, it's an imaginary line. Actually, in Canada you can, because they cleared a row of trees all the way down the border. So you will see the border when we get to it. I think I see it now. There, you should be able to see it now too. Isn't that cool? It's a physical border. You can actually see it all the way along because I cleared the trees. So I've got to just stay on the left side of this line to stay legal. If I want to cross that line, I got to file a flight plan. Even if I don't land, I've got to file a flight plan and be in contact with air traffic control in order to be on that side of the line. Now, if I stray over 10 feet, will the F-16 show up? I don't know. Let's find out. Just kidding. Not going to find out. You imagine, F-16 trying to keep up? Leave him in my dust. Or I would just slow down to 30 miles an hour, and what are they going to do then? They could intercept me with a helicopter instead. So this here underneath me is the Medexnikeg River. I can't drop down and follow it from here because there's too many houses, but once I get past where all the houses are, I can actually drop down into the Medexnikeg Valley and fly along there. Legal, yes. Smart, no. So it's kind of a calculated risk. You don't typically fly low through valleys because if you lose your engine, you're going to end up in the water, but at the same time, you have to be realistic and go, am I really going to lose my engine? Oh, I might. Is it worth the risk? It's such a small risk. It's probably not that big of a deal. That being said, make your own risk assessments. Don't do what I do. Alright, so if I remember correctly, once I get up just past this road, there are no more houses along the river all the way back into town. So we'll drop down and have a little peek at the valley. Get a peek in the valley because he is shut up. Oh, no, wait, I think it's the next section I can drop down into. I don't want to buzz anybody, so I might stay up a little higher than I could legally go for this pass. I've only flown it from that direction this way. I haven't flown it from this direction that way, so I don't remember exactly where all the houses are, so I don't want to buzz. Yeah, I see a barn up there, so it's further. I got to go a little further. There's a bridge. Should I fly under it? Don't do that. That is not safe. So there's enough land kind of on the banks that if I did lose my engine, I wouldn't be in the water for very long. If I was in the water at all, I could probably plunk it down on something. That being said, this still isn't the smartest thing a person can do, so I wouldn't recommend it. But it is fun. As you can see, I don't have anybody with me. I don't think I would risk somebody else. Yeah, see, I could be down even lower and make all these turns, but I like to have at least a modicum of safety, I guess. You gotta watch out for trees like this time of year when they don't have any snow on them. They virtually disappear. If these were all gravel bars and gravel beaches, man, you imagine the fun we'd have out here? That would be incredible. Maybe this summer I'll pop down and see if there's any spots that are landable. I'll have to come out in a canoe or something and scout it out on foot first. There's a lot of tall grass which can easily hide big rocks and holes and stuff, so I would want to definitely check it out on foot first. Yeah, like this island is certainly big enough to land on, it's just, is it smooth enough? That's the question. Very pretty down here, though. And I think that's the end of the run, because if I stay down here too much longer, I'm going to end up in town. And I don't think they, I think they do frown on, you know, low-level flying through town. So I think I'll come around this corner, and then we'll pop up and see where we are. Like I said, I flew it the other way last time, so I'm not entirely certain where I can, how far down I can go. So let's go up here and see where we're at. Oh yeah, perfect. That's Eric's gravel bar or gravel pit there. Eric's or Tim's, I don't know, somebody's. And if we had stayed down too much longer, we would have had to go under that bridge there, which I wouldn't have done. So yeah, that worked out quite nicely. That was kind of fun. Oh, look at that snow up there ahead of us. And to my left, it is coming this way. So I would say it is time to head back to the airport. So let's do that. Woodstock traffic, Zenith 701, India, Mike Echo Mike, 3 miles northwest, level at 1300. We're going to be joining left base runway 13 for full stop, Woodstock. Well, that was fun. I'm glad I took you guys along for that ride. So we'll see you next time, I guess.
You might be wondering why I taxied in instead of do the whole pull it in. With the snow on the ground, I don't have very much traction and it's slightly uphill. So the other day when I tried to put the plane away, I just nearly face planted. So I just taxi into here and I can spin it around in its own wingspan and put it away, and it's way less work. Ta-da!